Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Maiyegun diary Nayibi #1.
Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Maiyegun diary Nayibi #1.
Maiyegun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ará ìlú.
Maiyegun diary Nayibi #1.
Lórí Facebook lórí YouTube.
Maiyegun diary Nayibi #1.
Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Maiyegun já wa sí.
Maiyegun diary Nayibi #1.
Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o.
Maiyegun diary Nayibi #1.
Bó bá ṣe eré àní Maiyegun máa wí.
Maiyegun diary Nayibi #1.
Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o.
Maiyegun diary Nayibi #1.
Maiyegun diary Politico.
Maiyegun diary Nayibi #1.
Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Maiyegun.
Maiyegun diary Nayibi #1.
Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o.
Maiyegun diary Nayibi #1.
Àní Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Maiyegun diary Nayibi #1.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Lórí Facebook.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Lórí YouTube.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ijó ìgbádìyẹ.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Prẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Kí gómìnà kówó jẹ.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé. Hello there. So good morning to you. Good afternoon to you. And good evening to you from wherever you're joining us. It is Maiyegun live. So thank you so much for joining me, brethren. Please, after reading the caption of the broadcast, kindly read the description as well. Then like it, share it, invite your friends, invite your not so friendly friends. Tell them all that Maiyegun today, Maiyegun is live. And to those of you who have done that, thank you. So tonight, we continue the reportage on the fresh killing, massacre perpetrated by the Fulani terrorists against the people of Benue. According to their governor, he said the terrorism actually occupied about 17 local government areas in the state, maybe more. But he is a man without credibility, without morality, a lying mouth that can't be trusted, unfortunately. Now, he said his own efforts plus Tinubu's efforts have paid off, where they have reduced the terrorism to 3 local government areas. Again, he lied. All of this in the face of brutal, wanton Fulani killings, terrorism, right? These guys are still hell-bent on pushing propaganda while innocent lives are being lost every now and then. So earlier, earlier, the Mr. Latin governor of Benue, a clown to the core, unfortunately, is in charge. However, Tinubu and him said they were on a phone call. That was yesterday. And this was after Pope sent his prayers to Nigeria. So we're starting with that because series of events that followed that are cordially brought to you tonight on Maiyegun's Diary Politico. So please share the broadcast. Let's start with the prayer, the Papa's prayer for Nigeria. It was after this that Tinubu and his gang put out a statement. Oh, I guess was.
Nella notte tra il 13 e il 14 giugno, nella città di Yelewata, nell'area amministrativa locale di Guma, nello stato di Benue, in Nigeria, si è verificato un terribile massacro in cui circa 200 persone sono state uccise con estrema crudeltà, la maggior parte delle quali erano sfollati interni, ospitati dalla missione cattolica locale. Prego affinché la sicurezza, la giustizia e la pace prevalgano in Nigeria, paese amato e così colpito da varie forme di violenza. E prego in modo particolare per le comunità cristiane rurali dello Stato di Benue, che incessantemente sono stati vittime della violenza.
Amen. So from the Pope's prayer, he acknowledged the fresh killings in Yelwata in Benue State. He called it a massacre because it was like, I mean, I can't share all these pictures with you. If you are among those who, if you don't really get, a little bit, displaced or so, in case if you see any graphic images. So I advise that if you go on the internet right now, you will see some of these images there. Horrible. Children macheted by these, vicious criminals in Nigeria. So it was a massacre. It was a massacre that lasted for more than 48 hours. That despite the closest military formations to these, these crime scenes, right? People were left on their own. They were left to the mercy of these terrorists who killed, burned. A woman lost 5 of her own children and her mother in this carnage. Tinubu and his gang, they were busy with 2027. It's about endorsement here, endorsement there, praise singing here, ass licking there, everywhere is about 2027 for them. Until the Pope said something about it, then boom. I have seen people posted a video on the phone to call the clown.
Yes, sir. We had called the all state stakeholders, but there's nothing wrong in calling it again. We called that through the TOTIF, and we would still go ahead and call another one. The peace process that the TOTIF initiated is in progress, but with this later and this mandate again, we still go ahead and call all the very major stakeholders again. Yes, sir. We will. All right, so I thank you so very much for your time and above all for all the support you give us. We appreciate on behalf of the people of the state, sir. Thank you, Your Excellency.
Nuisance Lele.
So that's them putting up a show to make you believe that they are working. I mean, if they are, at least the people will feel it. they don't even need to put up drama. People will say, oh, you know what I mean? But that's not the case. Hyacinth and these guys have been overwhelmed. He knows so much right now, but it is like he's in a very dark place. Joining APC or allowing APC to have any hold on you or on your state or anywhere like Tinubu has over Nigeria, right? Is no other thing than, like self-destruct, so to say. All of that drama, simply because people have started reacting so angrily, like, what the heck is going on? And guess what? This is not even the worst of what these terrorists have done. It's not even the worst. It's just going to be one of the worst of what they have done. And there's never been anywhere where any of them has been brought to justice. None. Nowhere. The most popular fight against terrorists is to rehabilitate them and then reincorporate them into the society. No punishment, no nothing. Tinubu is afraid. I mean, I can use the word afraid in the sense that we all know that the sponsor, the backers of these terrorists are in government. They are organizing peace meeting with wanted terrorists. They want to set up schools for repentant terrorists. They are employing, or should I say, redeploying, Abi? No, they have a word for it. Baba, they are recruiting Nigerian, so they are recruiting terrorists into the Nigerian army because they have repented. So, I don't know how many lives will have to be lost, right? But there is more from where that comes from. Because again, like I said, they are doing everything to downplay it as well. Why they are pushing propaganda that makes it look like they are walking. Oh, we are walking. So when the same earlier addressed the press today, you know what he said? Before that, Tinubu came on Twitter, right? X, and then said, I have been briefed of the senseless bloodletting in Benue. He's been briefed. Enough is enough. I have directed the security agencies to act decisively, arrest perpetrators of this evil act on all sides of the conflict, and prosecute them. Now, do you get something now? Again, these mofos are doing everything to either, deflect or downplay, or maybe both. They are saying farmers, others clashes. Baba, farmers, others clash. Children, women in their homes. If farmers and others clash, not before farm them clashed. Not before farm them supposed fight. Then farmers, others clashed. This dishonest mofos. Farmers, others clashed. Now the farmer, his family, his neighbor, his entire community would have to lose over 200 people because farmers, others clashed. But there is no single other anywhere that died on a clash. If you have government who are so dishonest and they are working on this template, this is the template Tinubu and the Benue governor, this is the template they are working with. That the people of Yellowater clashed with others. Do you get that now? And then Yellowater people died, including children. Their homes were burnt. People were macheted, killed, and their bodies were dumped in their houses, and their houses were set ablaze. Burnt bodies. But we don't have any record of any other dying. So if your government is working with this template, do you really think you have any chance of surviving? It is turn by turn. No? Don't think because we are talking about Benue now, we won't be talking about 5 other places, because similarly in Enugu, just yesterday, people were also slaughtered in Enugu by this same Fulani terrorists. And they call it farmers others clashes. How can me from Ijebu, far away in Ogun State, you understand, be clashing with somebody from the Sahel? How now? Eh? Nobody say I go Borno. I even go to Ninjeo. In Odogbolu, my hometown. Somebody comes in and shoot and killed everybody there and said, we clashed. How? How now? So since your government believes that this is clashes, being that dishonest means they have no intention of actually resolving it. And Nigerians are the victims, by the way. Right? If Tinubu continued, they said political and community leaders in Benue must act responsibly. He is actually pushing the responsibility back to them. That you must all avoid inflammatory utterances. That means don't offend people, don't make them feel bad. Like, what the heck, man? Pardon my French. My French. So Hyacinth went on TV, told the media that only 46 people died. He actually said only 46 people died. Only. Not 200. Because to them, some people are using misinformation now. They are fake news. They are this and that. And they know Nigerians. In another 2-3 days, everybody will start talking about something else. Do you get that? And this Benue, this and that, everybody will be left on their own because another one is going to happen somewhere else in the next few days. All of us are still going to be like, okay, you know what? Those ones no reach 200. Now only 55 people. Okay, they no be like Benue. It never reached 200. 167 people killed in Sokoto. They no reach 200. Don't let us react that way. Until maybe another 1 month, and they will say, hey, again, they know that very well. They play it again and again and again. Play it down. Tell people that it's not that bad. It's bad, but it's not that bad. Kind of.
Lost quite a number of lives. When I say the official figures we have include those who are right on the ground, the DSIs, the military, and the police. Then we also try to do some head counts. So once we get from those angles, we target official report. And as we speak, the official reporting we have all received, and we compare notes. We had some meeting all through the night yesterday, and then this morning with a physical meeting as well. And the official figures, all security heads, it was 59 with the head count, with enlistment of the affected families.
Earlier, the governor received a report from the panel of inquiry on militia activities in the Sankara axis, which comprises of Katinala, Kum, and local counties.
We would ensure that we look deeper and closer into your findings. Now that the report is in, we'll move very quickly to set up a 5-man panel to produce a white paper that would take up the recommendations in the report. So the report, and particularly the 5-man panel that would produce the white paper, would enable us now to know who the culprits are, to know who the sponsors are.
Nuisance Lele. Nuisance Lele. Nuisance.
So could you make any sense of that? Anybody? That is the moron called Reverend Father, the criminal governor of Benue. It's unfortunate. I'll keep using that particular phrase. Unfortunate. Because you know why? There was a guy there before him. His name is Autumn, the bottom barrel of the G-string governors. As useless as he was, he became a thorn in the flesh of these terrorists in Benue. He put together his own little militia group that went after these terrorists. In fact, the Nigerian government, in case if some of you probably have forgotten, the Nigerian government under Bukuwari, they started hunting down those linked to Autumn because they believed that his militia, they call them his militia's men, right? They are more dangerous than the Fulani terrorists. So behind the scene, it was able to repel them a little bit, but they indeed wreck Benue to some extent. So the Benue people somehow surprised everybody when they said, nah, Reverend Father, they won't follow, but no be APC. How can you give power to APC that has been shielding and at the same time, sort of like sponsoring this terrorism against you because they have been enabling it? How? They say you won't understand. You will not. Okay, here we are. The Reverend Father is now speaking English, lying. And guess what? He ordered the attack, the shooting of people who protested yesterday in Makurdi and few places. He ordered their shooting. The video you saw yesterday when protesters were being shot at, that was the order of Alia. His own personal advisor that joined the protesters yesterday is, suspended him indefinitely. Practically literally sacked him. Then he went on TV to push a lie. Make your people feel like help is coming when you know nothing is coming. Nothing. The whole reactions, the whole drama today, they have sent, they have sent the Inspector General of Police. They have sent the service chiefs. Everybody is now touring the place. Everybody is in Yewata right now, suddenly, right? And guess what? 14 people have been arrested for protesting the killings of over 237 people by Fulani terrorists in Yewata, Benue State. 14 people arrested yesterday. Not a single terrorist has been arrested. But it is farmers' others clash. And the community must find peace. Rather than go after terrorists, they are offering peace. They are telling the indigenous people of these communities to find a way not to offend the Fulani terrorists. They should watch what they say. They should not trigger them. They should seek peace, peaceful coexistence. Imagine, is that not the same thing? Was that not the same thing Bokwari told you? Learn how to live with your killers, your land, or your life. If Tinubu is offering you the same thing right now. And Ayasin is making that happen, right? So where is Kolu? Where is Kolu? Why is he not in Benue? Number one, Kolu is an old man. So don't let anybody act surprised that when tragedy strikes in that contraption, right? You can't see your president there physically. You have grown because who you have, what's it they call those people again? No, gerontocrats. No, that is not the one. They are gerontocrats, by the way. Then you have this octogenarian something, weak bones. Oh, person we don't weak for brain, weak for leg. He can be your president. He can be anywhere. Old age won't let him do that. Then he's already been treated like a royalty. Everywhere you see him and they are blowing this trumpet, killer, back way, you probably have heard that a few times. He's living a royalty. Now, people are now saying, why are you not in there? Why are you not there? Others are saying, why must he be there? Is he the one that will go and defend this and that? Right? Sorry. So they're defending him, giving excuses for him. And finally, today, with the wiki, they have blocked the Shena Lugbe Road or so in Abuja because Tinubu was to come and commission borehole projects. Can you believe that? Today, he said he's got a schedule. I'll check my schedule and I will go to Benue State on Wednesday. In his schedule, Jero, like what is he actually really doing? Anyway, listen to this.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, please permit me to credit Eugenia Abu with the fact that we have a mini silence for the people, the victim of Benue. Why I sympathize with the Benue people, I've spoken to the governor. The leadership and people of Benue should accept our condolences and try hard, very, very consciously, to maintain peace, harmony among themselves. I've always said this, that we are one single huge family living in the same house, stay in different rooms, but living together in harmony will be the result of our diversity from prosperity. We should be able to manage our anger and frustrations. I sympathize those who have lost their life. I will adjust my program and go see Benue people on Wednesday.
ẹni òfò ni ẹ ṣòfò láyé ẹ tún sí lálìkìyàmà ẹ̀yin rádaràda wọ̀nyí. ẹni òfò ni ẹ ṣòfò láyé ẹ tún sí lálìkìyàmà ẹ̀yin rádaràda wọ̀nyí.
No empathy, no sort of like sympathy. He categorically said that we are the same family. And because we are the same family, we must learn how to live together. And the occur of Nigeria, you see, this one say Nigeria problem is beyond what human beings can handle ordinarily. Ishiaye, kind of. Did you hear Kolu? It's like you people need to learn how to live together in peace. We are one big family. How? How Fulani and people of your water, how are they family that they turn their guns and their machetes on unarmed, innocent people, and the criminals are being offered peace or leave? Like, what's going on? Last night, and so we saw the Benue state governor that ordered his own convoy to shoot at peaceful protesters. The same Benue state, they had vehicles to guide Fulanis and their cows out of some communities across Benue state. And some of the videos made it to the internet. People have resumed this morning to continue to press for what they call justice. About Benue Leleyo.
Cows in Makodi. Sister, look at cows in Makodi. Sister, look at cows in Makodi. Benue state government is escorting the Makodi capital. Sister, look.
Oh my God! Can you imagine this? So, friend.
Sir, this is the situation report in your Google. That this Taki brought cows here yesterday night with some Fulani men among them with security. So this is the situation report in your Google now. Well, we are scared of this thing that is happening now.
Did you hear that? And did you see that? Those are the people who are telling people that they are working to protect them. No, they are not. They're not. As it seems that people are also aware that these guys who are supposed to be on their side, I'm talking about the government, they are not on their side. So now most are already admitting to resorting to self-help, jungle justice. Currently in Benue, if they see anyone with cow, they'll be very nice to escort you out of their community. And it's like unanimous. It hasn't turned to any violence yet. Even though Tinubu and his gang, they have now like touring the states to give an impression that they are actually going after the terrorists. No, the assignment given to them is to go and call your community leaders and meet with the Fulani terrorist leaders, agree on some certain conditions, and hope and pray that the Fulanis will hold their own side of the bargain. They won't change their mind and come back later and start killing again. This is Tinubu's mission. And as they have already promised them that they will give them lands, under Bokuwari, waterway bills failed. Not just that. Under Bokuwari, Ruga failed, cattle colony failed, grazing route failed. Under Tinubu, it seems like it is systemically, right, ruthlessly going, because the Fulani terrorist attack hasn't reduced. In fact, they've increased, with more violent and deadlier as well. So what is Tinubu's offer on the table? You either take whatever the Fulanis ask for, give it to them, or you're on your own. You'll be blamed because it's easier. They'll say you are the ones who don't want peace. Your leaders don't want peace. The president wanted peace for you, and he told you what to do, and you failed to do it. So if the Fulani kills you, it's none of our business anymore. That is what Nigeria is right now. Anybody who tells you anything otherwise, they are still hiding behind the finger. You can't hide behind the finger, can you? No, you can't. No, you can't. Look at the people. This one was today.
This cows belongs to the Honorable Rep Dixon Taki. Last night he took them to Maiyegun settlement, and the youth of Maiyegun today said that these cows cannot live with them. They should be protecting lives other than protecting cows. So the youth of Maiyegun now chase these cows away. As you can see, the cows are roaming on the road. And then the people taking care of these cows are the Fulanis, up to 6 Fulanis. 6 Fulanis. These are Dixon's cows. Dixon is harboring 6 Fulanis to protect these cows. But the youth of Maiyegun today said no, these cows cannot live in their community. So they have chased the cows away. You can't be protecting cows. You should be protecting lives and properties, not you harboring cows and Fulanis. This is damage.
What shall I say unto the Lord?
Yes, Lord.
All I have to say,
Thank you, Lord. What shall I say? Thank you, Lord.
Thank you, Lord. I'll tell you why. There's something you need to know, in case if you probably didn't know this before now. There's something you need to know. There are two sets of sort of like this Fulani herdsmen, terrorists, and their sponsor. And people are beginning to actually see through that. When you see Fulanis with cows in your state, there is a chance that 90% of those cows are owned by your elite, politicians, traditional rulers, religious bodies, and over time, they have been importing some of these Fulanis as far as Niger Republic. And from the beginning, you see these Fulanis who are imported into these communities and handed these herds of cows. They are told that they are safe, they could do anything. And most of the time, when people want to react to these Fulanis or chase anything at all, they will realize that the cows didn't come from Kebbi. They didn't trek from Sokoto to Uromi. No. Uromi politician went straight to Sokoto, bought cows, and imported Fulani to that place, right? That was the beginning. Then people started noticing that, wait, apart from farm destructions with cows, this and that, right? It seemed that over time, all right, that whenever the Fulani terrorists on bikes, there are those ones on bikes, right? And those ones' mission primarily is to keep in contact with those ones imported to all this part of Nigeria, to give them the idea of the terrain, the people in the place, rich people's place, police stations, all the information of the area. And they are very good at it. Oh, they are very good. And it's more or less like, especially those of you from the middle belt down to the south of Nigeria, down to everywhere, right? Your elite criminally, because you see in Nigeria, right? Every time they have festive period, they have made people so poor that it's a charity to share cows, share, rams, you know what I mean now, to their supporters and all of that stuff. So instead of them going to buy all those things down, they just start rearing them and give these guys, these Fulani terrorists, the key to some of these areas. And over time, whenever these terrorists on bikes are coming to town, suddenly, surprisingly, those ones who are with cows or living in those communities will suddenly disappear a day or two before the attacks. So it became a pattern, right? That a responsible government would have seen what your greedy, selfish, corrupt, self-centered elite have done to you, especially people from the middle belt down to the southern part of Nigeria. So when you want to go after any Fulani cow, you just realize that you're baguette. And that Fulani is doing his job by giving those ones from outside to, like, you can come in. These have been verifiable, fact-checked evidence. It's a pattern for those of us who have been tracking them for the last 12 years. 12 years. So, people are beginning to see through that too. And that's what you witnessed in Benue, in that part of Benue, in that video. When people went, they knew the owner of the cows. They're like, you know what? No, we don't want these cows here anymore. I don't know how long that will be sustained, but if that is generally and becomes widespread, there could be a chance of us dismantling all of their terror cells in the southern part of Nigeria. Because some of us have said this. Some people believed it. Some people just probably, like others, like just waved it aside. These terrorists have told people that all they need is just a signal, because they are everywhere in Nigeria, every part of Nigeria. They are working as your gate man, they are working as your security guard, they are working as your Okada rider, they are working as your tricycle, they are working as your shoe shiner, they are working as different things that they themselves have said that all they will need is just a signal. In a working system, right, all of these evidence of sort of like, facts would have helped to nip this in the bud. But no, in Nigeria, they will let you know that there are some invincible, very powerful people behind them. not a farmers herders clashes. No, some said it's premeditated. Listen to these two guys. The first one.
The situation is beyond description. It is painful. It is a time of sorrow for our people. More so that this is not the first time, and particularly painful because the venue, the place where this occurred is one that ordinarily we would think is protected. I say this because Yelwata is a border town between Benue and Nasarawa State. And at that border town, there is a military checkpoint that has been there for at least 5 years. This military checkpoint is populated with not less than 15 soldiers, I think headed by a captain or thereabout. I'm not specific, I don't know the exact rank of the officer in charge, but there is a permanent feature of the Nigerian army located in Yelwata. So it becomes difficult to understand how these attacks would go on between 10 to 11 p.m. midnight and last for hours all the way to the early mornings without any intervention by this very formation that is right at the doorstep of Yelwata. Dr. Bati, if you move from Nasarawa State to Benue, Yelwata is on the road. It is not a village, maybe a kilometer. No, it is directly on the road. It's one of those villages where the Catholic church is by the road, the primary school is by the road, the market is by the road, and everything is by the road. And if you look at the pictures, for the houses that were burnt, broken down, and killed, and the people that were killed inside those houses, you could simply look at them in their rooms and then take the camera all the way back to the road. It's difficult to understand, and for us in Guma local government, we're in a state of shock and perhaps feeling like orphans, feeling abandoned by those who have the responsibility to protect and safeguard the lives of our people and their properties. Now, we have a situation where a few weeks ago when these same killings happened in Daudu and a couple of other places in Agan, Mr. President, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu had directed that the Chief of Army Staff should relocate to Benue State and resolve this matter. I can tell you that yes, the army chieftain got to Benue State, met with his officers, because Benue State hosts two army formations. There is the Nigerian Army School of Engineering, and then there is the 72 Special Forces Battalion. All of them are in North Bank. Agan, the village that was attacked a week or 2 weeks ago, is 200 meters away from the fence of the 72 Special Forces Battalion. Now, when the military chieftain got to Makurdi, he met with his people, and in awaiting his arrival, stakeholders had been put together. The Tortiv, the Ochidoma, religious leaders, chairmen and youths, people of thought, and all stakeholders in the security sector were assembled at Government House so that they will have an interaction. I tell you, the man did not spend a minute with them. After meeting with his army, meeting with one or two other peoples, and meeting with the governor, he simply left. We don't know whether he was still in Benue. We don't know whether he returned to Abuja. But all we know is that for the Tortiv and the Ochidoma and the first-class chiefs that came from all the local governments that are affected by this violence, the man did not meet with them. And then you have a situation where we understand that perhaps the army acts on orders. But how can you not act when there are gunshots right on your doorstep? It creates situations for us. Now, for yesterday, the protest that happened in Makurdi, it was one of those times that you sit and you wish that you were around to be part of that outing, because that is the only way the people can express the angst and the emotion that has built in them to witness these kind of things. But again, the way everything happened, and eventually got a little bit disrupted and all of that, we are at least hopeful and grateful that we had the opportunity to come out and express ourselves.
Amen. The point here is this: if you are following this, Tinubu APC, Ebekebe, the blood-sucking group of monsters, they don't give a damn. Like, they just don't give a damn. And that's very, very deep. You understand? Like, it's not like they are blind or deaf or so. No, they are seeing what is going on. People have said many times that when you look at some of the communities attacked by these terrorists, right from, Kaduna, southern Kaduna, straight to Yobe, Adamawa, what do you call this place, Taraba, then come down to Benue, go to Plateau, Niger, and all these places. Most of these places where the communities attacked, they are not really far from military formations. And the attacks will last hours. Hours. The people on ground, they have met the supposed people who are to be responsible for their own security, and they are telling you that they don't care. They've seen them firsthand. They don't give a hoot or damn. So somehow it is believed that there must be somebody who give them that kind of order, because the guy who is the chief of chief of defense staff, I became Christopher Musa, your CDS, I've been a COS, I don't know. They all have these titles, useless titles. Generals, we never fight any war. Now only in Nigeria you will see generals. There is, if you come to Britain, right? If you go to any country in Europe and you meet their soldier, they will tell you of different missions they've been to, because you have to go on a mission somewhere. You know what I mean? Like it is. Nigerian army, the criminal pot belly rogues that are working, they are using walking stick to walk. They are generals without any war. Never. They are not interested. So that's somebody, because the job of a soldier is like a complete gentleman, trained enough to have all kind of skills that, you see these skills you go on and, acquire maybe in the university to get a degree. A soldier is made and built, right? So be like a degree holder. It is actually a degree for you. Professional job. But these rogues, they are not soldiers. They are just the establishment's whip boys. You get what I mean? Their intention is not to protect Nigeria or defend Nigeria. That is just word of mouth, these rogues. Their intention is to protect the regime, protect the criminals in charge of the contraption. That is their primary goal. So when it comes to the citizens, there's no soldiering or soldier spirit in them. That these rogues, Abi. Here is a soldier telling us, Baba, that they are recruiting repentant terrorists into the Nigerian army. And that has led to further compromise of the Nigerian army and security intelligence community or so, right? And they are telling you that they are fighting terrorism. No, they are not. They are managing it. Bro.
Good morning, gentlemen. One of these problems we are having in the armed forces today is because we give the enemies chance to outsmart us. The 48 laws of power, number 22, page 163, says, use the surrender tactics to transform weakness into power. Now, you send our soldiers to battlefield, and along the line of the battle, the soldiers overpowered the bandits or the Boko Haram. Because they have been overpowered, they now applied the 48 laws of power by surrendering. Now, the soldiers now applied the military rules of engagement and decided not to fire them because they have surrendered. At this stage, they got them arrested in order to investigate them and get more of their secrets. Now, instead of focusing on getting their secrets, the government now retained them and said they are repented Boko Haram. You enroll them into the army, you are paying them salary and train them, giving them more secrets of the soldiers. And by the time they got the power, they will reinforce more and come back for you because of what? They already know your money.
I'm highly disappointed of Nigerian government because the Nigerian government were highly disappointed in them due to foreseen circumstances. Definitely, I'm one of those people are proving people should die in coronavirus is more better than people should die in hungers. Hunger kills more than coronavirus because some people are less privileged. Due to foreseen circumstances that I said it, some people are less privileged, which they are based on daily pay, which are not even based on salaries. But our government thinks that the lockdown is the best solution to coronavirus and proving it to an extent and to the levels of alacrity that if someone die in coronavirus, it's more efficient to die in hunger. Because some people will be at indoor. There's no a way to.
Fellow Nigerians, this is just the beginning.
Right. That video you watched there was a soldier. He is a soldier in Nigerian army, and he just confirmed it to you that you see how they got you played. The Boko Haram were supposed to, or these terrorists, they were killing your soldiers, they are killing your people. Then these soldiers, some of them fought and managed to capture some of these terrorists. And between the time of transferring them from being captured as terrorists to the camp of the government that gave guns to a soldier to get the terrorist, between that transfer, the terrorists became repentant terrorists. So they had to enroll him in a rehabilitation camp. And after that, they recruited him into the Nigerian army. Instead of these terrorists to give you the secret of their terrorist gang and now what they are doing, now your own secret you are handing over to him with salary. Can you make that make sense? Can anyone make that make sense? Any sense? That if somebody says Nigeria is done for, and somehow you think you love Nigeria so much, no, but people shouldn't be saying that. Stop saying that. And they ask you to give the evidence of how much you love Nigeria, that you are seeing the rogues and you are hearing what these guys are doing. And somehow you are not upset that what you love is being destroyed like this. Rather, you are upset that somebody is telling you that Nigeria is hopeless at this point. You are upset. You are angry. You're not angry that this your Nigeria that you love is being destroyed this way by these rogues. People are being slaughtered this way. You are not angry. You are angry because people says, if you understand it better, you won't waste your time. Start off. Here is even a two-face, a three face. Hypocrite.
My heart is heavy, terribly sad, terribly angry. But like it's become a national emergency. What's going on in my state, Benue State? I cannot wrap my head around. Man, I don't even know what to say at this point in time, because it's gonna be business as usual. I will condemn the thing. This has to stop. This thing has to stop. It has to involve everybody. Every stakeholder in this country, every stakeholder in Benue State. You know, it's not child's play. It's becoming ridiculous. It's annoying. Haba, come on, man. I I don't even know where to start expressing my sadness, my grief, my anger, my frustration for these things that keep happening over and over and over and over again. You know, every time, okay, we call on the governor, we call on the president, we call on it's how about, oh man, this thing is not funny anymore. You know, it's not funny anymore. It's gone beyond just condemning. Serious action, serious action needs to start to take place. You know, every stakeholder, we need to come together. We need to fight this battle. We just need solution B. Let's be serious with the solution. It's
nuisance leleyi. Nuisance leleyi. Nuisance leleyi.
To Baba, Olofo of the Nigeria Limited is being good with them. They've used him few times or many times to push some of this APC, Egbekebe's agenda of lies, fraud. The other time they sent him to India as an expert on CNG. Here you get. Now he sat there. He is so disconnected, right, that he couldn't make any meaningful sentence. Man, it's so annoying. It's not funny anymore. It's not. Is it funny before? Eh? It's not funny anymore, man. This is annoying. It's annoying. In fact, it's a national emergency. You know, we need to come together. We need. Who are the we? Guy, who are the we? He couldn't even mention any name. They're not born and where to say all these Fulani terrorists killing my people. I saw video of children slaughtered by these Fulani terrorists. The state governor kept telling, you can't even speak freely. Because it's all fake. All fake. Like where the wicked will say, fake, all fake. You know? It is a shame or it is sad though. But somebody put it much better again. Would you listen to this? I'm gonna, before I even go to that. Isaac Fayoshe, Pauleshe's brother, had this to say about Tinubu, who is going to check his schedule and see if I can. I'll be in I'm supposed to be in Kaduna on Wednesday. You know what? Since all of you are saying I should go there, Abi, I don't have to. Should I? Okay, fine. I'll go. Maybe Wednesday. I'll check my time. You're pressing idiots.
In 2025, our FCT minister is commissioning giving Abuja people water. Water, can you imagine? Water in 2025. Abuja at 60 years old, and Nigeria at 60 years old. Abuja is not Ekiti or Ogun, or is well structured. All those things have been laid there. You just connect. You are calling president to come and commission water in 2025, taking canopy, putting gun, drums. People are dancing, and in Benue people are crying. They've lost their families. They are crying. They are even protesting, but they are using tear gas to chase them away. Peaceful protests, they are chasing them away. They are beating them, and they don't want them to cry. They don't want them to show that we are sad. You have lost your family, and now they are now using tear gas to chase them away. Our FCT minister is commissioning water. We don't pray, our mouth don't peel. We never ready.
Now water, bowl. It's not even water for the whole Abuja. Bowl. Because where the wiki says he wants Tinubu to commission 17 projects so that Tinubu's enemies can have high blood pressure, HBP. So that you can have IBP. They shut down the motorway. They shut down the express, Lugbe Express, to go and commission this borehole. President of a country. So they shut down the motorway, the expressway, because of Kolu. That's the kind of schedule that Kolu currently have, I believe. This woman lost 5 of her children and her own mother. After they killed her children, these Fulani terrorists in that same Benue, right, in Yawata, 2 days ago, they packed the children. She ran for her life, by the way, right? They packed the children, packed the mother-in-law, put them in their house, and set the entire house ablaze. By the time she came back, it was the ashes of her children that she found. She can't even cry anymore. The tear is gone. Again, may Nigeria not happen to you. Always remember, yesterday's survivors, they are today's victims. All of us watching this today can call ourselves today's survivors. There are Nigerians who have been taken out today already. And when I say, people die everywhere, right? Which is a natural thing anyway, or accidents. Or when they perpetuate unending genocide, massacre on group of people, that is not natural. And that is what Nigeria is doing to our own citizens right now. Yeah? So I know some of you who believe that if it doesn't happen to you, maybe it's just been exaggerated, or it's because maybe they don't like them and blah, 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 blah. And the moment a bit of it scratches you, oh my God, it's going to be like the entire world should come to an end or come to your head. Just don't forget that you see what is going on in Nigeria. None of us is spared. Not even Tinubu himself is spared. None of us. It is one trajectory that is going to consume everybody. But some believe that they have an exit plan. When Nigeria goes up in smoke, they have their exit plan, but they don't have a clue how the universe can realign and they will be consumed by the system they have created themselves. You can't fix a problem by putting the wrong foot forward first, lying. You can't use a template that it is farmers others clash. And people, innocent people are being butchered, properties are being destroyed, people are being made homeless, sent to IDP camps. And some of these lands are indeed being illegally taken as well. We have reports of places where these Fulani terrorists will displace people. And then they will take over the community. The government, the supposed elder statesmen will look the other way. We have evidence of that. It happened in Kaduna. It has happened in this same Benue, Plateau State as well. But they will continue, right, to sweep them under the carpet and hope that the problem will just fizzle out. It won't. Listen to this.
Thank you very much for having me on the show. I want to start by expressing my sincere condolences to my people in Gwe West, in Guma, in Ukum, in other parts of Benue State, and even in Plateau State over these killings. I want to express my condolences to the military personnel who were killed and the civil defense officer and other security operatives that have lost their lives. We want to thank them for their service and their sacrifice that they are making on behalf of my people. I want to also use the opportunity very quickly to thank His Eminence, the Pontiff, the Pope, for even responding quicker than our president and our governor to the event that happened, to the massacre of our people. And I want to use the opportunity to inform the international public, the Vatican, the well-meaning people all over the world that Benue State is under siege. This is a pogrom of our people. A genocide is taking place. There's a war against our people. And Mr. President, I want to use this opportunity to emphasize the fact that there's a war against people in a part of your country. Let me say that yesterday, there's an age-old adage, even in several cultures, that you cannot beat people up and stop, or cannot beat a child up and stop the child from crying. When our people cried out, when we embarked upon our legitimate constitutional duty to protest, we were confronted with tear gas, with scores of personnel who from nowhere came out, who are not able to confront these killers but are able to confront protesters. We saw helicopters hovering over protesters, helicopters that we did not see go to Yelwata and intercept the people. So we are concerned about what is happening. Some of us have waited and have given the president, the governor, the benefit of doubt to intervene. But after 2 years, we cannot keep quiet anymore, including those who were declared as representatives of the people. 2 years later, and nothing seems to be happening. I have to point out immediately now what was shocking and of a concern to me in the statement made by Mr. President. And let me quote very clearly. Mr. President, first of all, mentioned that he has asked that an implementation of his earlier directive, meaning he gave an initial directive that apparently was not followed. He has to now give a follow-up directive. That is one. Number two, he is saying that in the latest round of reprisal attacks, Mr. President, it appears as if some people are not giving you the right information. Mr. President is being misinformed and ill-advised. There is no such thing as reprisal attacks going on. Our people are under siege. Mr. President asked the governor to convene reconciliation meetings and dialogue among warring communities, warring parties. Those are the words used by Bayo Onanuga. And then seek harmonious existence between farmers, herders, and communities. I'm aware that there seems to be a lot of sycophancy in the country right now. So, Mr. President, with all due respect, if you need to be told the truth, you can ask us, the people. Some of us can come and tell you what is actually going on. You can liaise with our governor. I believe he should be honest enough to tell you the truth. There's no such thing as reprisal attacks. If you say seek harmonious relationship and have reconciliation meetings, that means, Mr. President, you know who has attacked us. That means the governor knows who has attacked us and is supposed to call them together for a meeting. Okay. Is that what is being told? Because that is what I deduce from that statement. And that, I believe, is disingenuous to the situation. There is no such thing as reprisal attacks. I'll repeat for the umpteenth time. These are premeditated, unprovoked attacks against the people. I know that recently, Miyetti Allah made a public statement claiming that one of their members was killed and that 1,000 of their cows or so were rustled. Immediately I heard that, I knew that something like this was going to happen. And I wonder where our security agents are. Where is the intelligence when they do not know? It is always reactive and not proactive. And when it happened, I said, this is exactly what I knew would happen. Because maybe this is the wrong narrative that Mr. President is being fed. The question is, in Naka, in Gwe West Local Government, in Aondana, how many Makban members were killed? How many cows were rustled? Thank you very much for having.
Since when I born, you never seen this kind of abuse before. Tinubu, I must abuse you. Tinubu, number one, Ogun Okiyapa. Tinubu number two, Ogun Okiyama. Tinubu number three, Ogu kill your children. Tinubu number 4. Ogu go bury all your family. Tinubu is a god to you. A god to you. Tinubu is a god to you. And Wausa.
So again, there's no point in trying to explain away why Tinubu used that in that expression by asking people to go and dialogue with their killers, because that's what his own government is doing in Katsina State. Just about 3 days ago, right? Ado Aleru, a notorious Fulani terrorist that was declared wanted by the Nigerian government, was actually in a meeting. They called it peace session. Guess what? This guy who had killed Nigerian soldiers, many of them, by the way, as well as many Nigerians who is killed, kidnapped, ransom paid, and all that. He was boldly there in a meeting, himself and his own guys, with the Nigerian army and Nigerian government. They said peace meeting. That's not even the annoying part. The annoying part, or should be the annoying part, is when his fellow terrorists were fiddling with the supposed Nigerian government military equipment. Because it's peace now, no be peace that they do. They are pampering them, and their victims are languishing, wasting away, rotting away at different, inhabitable IDP camps, they call them. Look at the terrorists with their guns next to your soldiers, next to your policemen. Making peace with the terrorists. So if you are seated there in your comfort, in your own comfort room, and somehow you really think Tinubu and his gang are doing something to end the terrorism in Nigeria, then after all you have seen, all you are now aware of, and you are still convinced that you can tell somebody else that Tinubu is trying, or APC Egbekegbe means well for Nigeria. They don't. I don't know any other sign you need to see, right? But they put up a show reaction to make it look like, so that they could take pictures, make videos in your water, and then go back and say, Mr. President ordered us, Mr. President said, and because of Mr. President, we are here to make sure that Mr. President, After that, everybody is on his own. Now, this is demo, right? Doing show of force in your water.
What's here over?
Come on, come on there.
Make the National Assembly enter with the vote.
I don't want any coverage from now. Just wait.
Journalists they took with them. They are for their different media handles. As you are going to be seeing this crisp picture of the service chiefs on their different Facebook profile, Twitter and the rest, you know, these the COS addressing the insecurity in Benue State earlier today. We see steez. They took all of their own social media, what do you call it, influencers with them. And that's it. Maybe another video you are going to see, we see some group of people that will go and give some of the people who are the victims, survivors, to give them food, take all their pictures, videos, everything. After a week, the people of Yorubas, like many of those people before them, right, they will be left on their own. That's it. Until another attack again. That they will do something to prevent any future attack, because all of them were there. They've seen the destruction. Prevention. Do you understand? It is never for the people. It is just the usual reaction. Just react. 20 people killed, 200 people killed. No, don't say that. Just say 20. Oh, 20 people, it's 20 people, it's 20 people. We are there, we are here to make sure that these terrorists are they'll take pictures and they will leave. And the people are on their own. Ask those who have experienced this. See, the terrorism is so widespread that you just don't know when it's going to be your turn. And you may not even travel anywhere. You can just come in and just say, hello. Say, who is that? It's me. Shege, open the door. I say, no, I don't want to open my door for Shege. It's all right. We'll still come inside anyway. That is exactly what may Nigeria not happen to you mean. That, okay, it's because I am poor. That is why Nigeria is happening. No, it's because I am rich. No, nobody is spared. It's because I was traveling to Sokoto. No, you can be sleeping in your bedroom and it will be your turn. Like this young man. His own family are now trying to raise a 80 million naira ransom for these terrorists in faraway Port Harcourt. Like
the information, they gave information.
Saying don't come down.
Yeah, say, maybe they don't see them when they come down. Me now, I don't sleep inside. like I live for Palo now. They watch film for Palo. So before they watch film, after we go market, we first go market, and Mr. Konku, so that's all we do. I see that I don't that you pass. So one go sit down. One go watch film for Palo. Never did before they watch film. There, I never see for days now. I had to watch film. I don't even know how to film. I don't do this work. I just I cause the police come knock me, where they get this block? No, daddy, you don't see this thing, like, the car, they drive. Now, they drive now, go back. They want to drive, because this is the way. See, this other way, this one. Maybe this one was here. See, car, I'm on Jesus Christ of Nazareth. See, car. No, there you can't give the food. I don't know Virginia being a fresh. When you drive, like, let me go. See, this one on the ass. This is an ass. They knock them. The driver, the person will drive. They won't.